Suicide Squad issue 8 finds the squad hiding out on their jet, but Ozita has had enough of just sifting through all the Suicide Squad files, knowing they need to find Ted Kord and put a bullet in his head. Assembling the team, Thylacine tells them that 8 months prior, Ted Kord was just considered the most ethical billionaire, but then he started a massive power grab, buying up islands around Badnizia. Quieting Harley with free food, Thylacine continues, saying that after greasing the pockets of senators and every other politician and royal in the area, he took over private defense manufacturers and even bought Task Force X and tried to destabilize the South China Sea even more than it already is by selling submarines to Australia. The heir knows that he wants their country and knows about the terrible things they discovered under the nation 10 years prior. Harley wants to know what they found, learning it was the biggest oil reserve that the world has ever seen. As Floyd learns why a country other than America having oil is bad, he asks why the country just doesn't sell the oil and be rich and happy, but Aerie says that they wanted to keep it in the ground, since if they let other countries come in and take it and dig up their entire island, there would be no island left, and the Aerie has risked a lot to stop it, and it's the reason why they have wings. 5 years prior, the Aerie was kidnapped and taken from their home, but their mother refused to bow to the ransom, since as president, she chose her country over her child, something the Aerie isn't resentful of, since it would have been a betrayal to everything that she had been taught. Soon the Aerie was sold to something called the Post-Human Project, and that's where she was experimented on, and during a stressful test, she grew wings. Wink, another test subject, watches on as the Aerie takes flight for the first time, but then is soon pulled back down to the ground by their captor's chain. Later, Wink visits the lonely Aerie in their cell, finding them quite amazing. Aerie wonders how Wink can possibly be there, learning that she can teleport, and the people who did it to her don't realize that she can now do it, and she won't tell them since the people with powers disappear and they don't come back. Wink compliments the beautiful wings Aerie has, reassuring her that they are indeed beautiful. They talk about the experiments and how it was all very painful, and Wink soon asks if the Aerie is hungry, wondering if they like pizza, so teleporting away, she returns with a pizza. Wink formally introduces herself, revealing her name to Aerie, who says that they don't have a name yet. Wink asks if they mind if they share the pizza with others, taking the Aerie to meet the TN teens inside the test chamber. The group grew closer over the next few weeks until Amanda Waller arrived to take the children, saying that she brought their jail time to use in Task Force X, but she only needs one of them, having Lola taken by the team. KGB stops Javier from trying to take back his sister as the Aerie and Wink watch on from above, knowing they cannot sit by and watch. The Aerie swoops down and grabs Lola, intending on escaping, but KGB uses his grapple to take the Aerie down, as Killer Croc stomps on her wing, breaking it. Waller wants to know if the Aerie is a criminal, but upon learning that they aren't, she takes her leave, uninterested in them. Later on, Wink returns to see the Aerie in her cell, fixing their wing and looking after her in the weeks it took for her wing to heal. One morning, Wink tells Aerie that they are leaving that night, and they are going to do so thanks to the Airie's wings. The Aerie has never flown that far before, but Wink believes that she can do it. Aerie soon agrees, but wants Javier to come with them as well. Quickly making their move, the two grab Javier, teleporting off the island so the Aerie can fly them over the ocean. Soon a fighter jet gives chase, but before they can lock on, Wink teleports into the fighter's cockpit, dumping the man out into the ocean before being swooped up by the Aerie. Wink decides to call them the Aerie, telling them that it means all and safe. She kisses the Aerie as the jet blows up, making Javier super awkward. In the present, Deadshot knows that if Ted Kord gets a hold of Badizia, then he will become the ruler of one of the wealthiest nations on Earth. As Harley and Ozita argue about getting rid of the island, Floyd realizes what Wallace said about the big one in the basement. He tells Ozita about it, thinking that maybe she was talking about some giant metahuman, but wonders if maybe the big one is actually a bomb. Elsewhere, Ted visits Lola, who is sealed in her stasis tube. He tells her that it will all be over soon thanks to the big day almost upon them. Another person in another tube tells Ted that someone will come and stop him, and it's only a matter of time, but Ted asks if he couldn't come up with a more specific threat. He knows it's okay, however, since he's almost done with the person as well. Suicide Squad issue 8 dived into the origins of the Aerie and Wink in an issue that gives us a couple of hints at what Ted Kord is really after. Being that Wink and Aerie are two of my favourite new characters from DC in recent years, I enjoyed the exploration of their origin as lab experiments as well as their ties to the Suicide Squad, much like how all of the members of the Revolutionaries have ties to the Suicide Squad. It was also very nice to see how the Air finally got their name, thanks to Wink, and how their relationship blossomed. The ending has me wondering if the other person Ted captured is actually the real Ted Kord, since I'm not sure how much more obvious Tom Taylor could make it that what we're seeing isn't the real Ted Kord. It's obviously someone pretending to be him, masquerading as him, or mind controlling him or something, and I imagine it's going to be revealed that the real Ted Kord is, captured somewhere on this island. I'm going to give this issue a 9 out of 10.